Hey guys, it's Brandon down here by HQ. We just wanted to go over our new line of Baja PRO third brake lights with you. We developed this line of third brake lights to accomplish a couple things. It provides a dust light for you when you're out at the races or just on the trail with your friends. It provides the ability to have an antenna mount as well, so that you can do two-way communications. It has also a light in there that gives you your workspace lighting for your bed, and then provides all your third brake light as well. And so today we're going to go over the different models for different trucks and what's included in the box. All right, this is our V1 housing. This is the one designed for Gen 1 Raptors, a little bit smaller than the other models, but still has all the same functionality. This is our V2 housing. This was basically designed for Gen 2 Raptors, but this also fits some aluminum cab Super Duties that do not have the in-bed camera. This also fits the Ranger Raptor and newer model Rangers. This is the V3 housing. This is designed for Gen 3 Raptors that have the in-bed camera. This also fits Super Duties, aluminum cab Super Duties that also have the in-bed camera. All right, we just wanted to go through and unbox this with you for when you get it delivered to your house. First things first, you're going to get out your housing. Now, if you've ordered the housing with our antenna coax mount, that'll be mounted with your coax cable. Your brake light LEDs are installed, and your housing's ready to go. The next thing you're going to get out is the gasket that comes with your housing. So the gasket is adhesive backed. And you're going to install the gasket to the housing, not to the truck. So you're going to want to, one of the first things you're going to do is turn this over, install the gasket on the back of the housing. For the different models, they all have a unique gasket. So V2s, V1s have their own unique gasket based on the profile of it. The next thing you're going to get out is your hardware kit. So this is going to be unique based on which housing you get as well. The V3, one of the things that makes this unique is this has the little screws in it to attach your camera to the back of the housing. So V3 housing will have that. All of them are going to come with new clips to go on the truck. So you're going to want to take the OEM clips off the truck that are just not strong enough. And these are much stronger, and they come with new stainless hardware and washers. And that way you're really able to tighten the housing to the truck and help seal it, because that's one of the biggest things we try to accomplish with this is make it really weatherproof. Speaking of weatherproof, all our housings come with custom-made S2 gaskets. And so when you go to install these, you're going to remove the bezel from the S2 light and put this gasket on before you attach it to the back side of your housing. The next thing is you're going to be getting out the wiring. So we use LVJ to build all our harnesses. I don't make the harnesses, we just provide them with the housings. LVJ has QR codes on all their products that will help with install. The main harness is for hooking up your 3 S2 lights. And the way this works, this is their basic harness. So you can toggle switch your amber lights, and then it gives you the option to have your center bed light hook up to the factory lighting. So when you open your door or use your factory dash switch, you can control that center light. Then this is the LED light harness for your small brake light LEDs. This one gives you everything you need to connect those brake light LEDs to the factory harness, so that'll still operate like your normal Raptor brake lights. On Raptors, it does two functions. It's running lights and it's also brake lights. And so this, once again, you're going to want to go to this QR code to wire your specific truck, because they're all a little different. And so that's where you'll get the guidelines for that based on if you have an F-150 or a Super Duty Ranger versus Raptor where they only have the brake light function. That's where you're going to learn how to wire that up. Here's some of the other hardware kits. So going through a V2 hardware kit, you're going to see that it has these unique little spacers in here. It's just one of the things that makes it a little different. you're going to put these little spacers between the housing and the cab, and it gives you the ability to really tighten the housing down without kind of deforming the cab. The V1 hardware pack is going to be the simplest of all because the V1 literally just has 2 screws on it, so a little bit more simple. We include a rain cap with all of our kits, so when you're not using your coax, you can simply attach this on top of here and have a rain cap on there, so we include that with all our kits. The last thing I wanted to go over with is if you purchase the Baja PRO housing from us on the Baja HQ website, we pre-install your S2s for you if you buy the lighting. And so this will come shipped with the lights in it. So that means you won't have the S2 gaskets in your kit because we've already installed them when we installed the lights before we shipped it. And so the easiest and most economical way to order it is with the lights in it, and then it's all ready to go for you. So we kind of recommend that, but you can order without the lights, order your lights separately, whatever you'd like to do. All right, if you order your housing with the S2s in it, typically this is how we would send it. It's going to be with ambers on the outer, clear in the center. Usually we do the wide cornering lens. You have the option to do anything you'd like here. You can do, we've actually had people that wanted to do 2 clears and 1 amber. You have all these options on how you want to wire it. You also have the option on your lens options. Some people like to use a combination lens. Some people like the work scene lens. So really there's just unlimited possibilities of which lights you want to put in here, which colors, and which, if you want it to be a wide cornering or one of the other configurations. So there's a lot of options there, and there's a lot of options on how you want to wire that. All right, so if you order the housing without lights and you're going to get your own lights, it only fits Baja Design's S2 lights. We've been asked before if there's other lights that fit in there. It's just made for Baja Design's S2 lights. Our recommendation is sports. There's people that want to put pros in them, and that's perfectly fine. It's just, you know, a little bit more expensive. Quite honestly, the sports are plenty bright for what you're doing with this. I've been following trucks for years with these third brake lights, and we can see the sports no problem. Sometimes when people have pros in there, it's actually a little bit too bright, but they'll fit in there no problem. They'll work with the wiring harness, and that's really up to you. As far as how to switch these, with this wiring harness, you can use your factory upfitter switches. You can go to a switch that you just mount yourself, or you can use one of the switching systems out there. We really like Switch Pros. You can also use an S-Pod. Those just give you some other options on strobe functions and being able to control it with your phone. And so that gives you a couple other options. All right, with your basic harness for wiring up your S2 lights, you're going to be running that from the third brake light location and down the C-pillar. And then it just depends where you want to take it to for how you're going to switch it. One of the most common ways to switch it is to take it to your upfitter switches. So this has enough length in the harness to reach your upfitter switches. We're a big fan of using a Switch Pros to install these. It does give you some other options on how to switch it and control it. But then also, if you have a vehicle that does not have upfitter switches and you're not going to be using a Switch Pros, you can simply run these up and just do a normal toggle switch somewhere in your dash location to control the ambers. This right here, so these two are going to go to your amber lights. You can control them with one switch. If for some reason you want to, they do run an individual wire in the harness, so you could switch those individually. This is for your center light. So this right here is so you can tie into your factory lighting for the bed light. With this wire and the connectors that come in this kit right here, you're able to tap into the factory bed light so that you can kind of retain that functionality. All right, so if you order the housing with the coax and antenna mount, this coax is approximately, I want to say 16 feet long. So this is long enough to run through your cab. Typically we run them to the center console all the time. Mounting radius in the center console. It'll also get to certain dash locations. Some people run into base radios behind their seat. But like I said, that's long enough to get to your center console or your dash. Going back to the option, if you do not order it with the coax, it's going to come with this little billet cap. It caps off the same opening. In the future, if you wanted to, you could order a coax from us. This will come out and you could put a coax there in the future. Obviously that'll involve removing the housing from the vehicle and having to do a little bit of additional wiring, but you could add a coax at a later date. When you go to order this on our website, if you see a configuration that you want to do differently, or if you want to do something custom, all you have to do is call the shop or contact us through the contact form on our website. And like I said, it can be ordered with different wiring harnesses, different light configurations. We can really do anything you want. So we obviously like having these on the trucks for going on the trail, but you can put these on your truck even if you never go in the dirt. Looks way cooler going down the freeway than having a stock third brake light. So you can kind of have some cred without even having to use it.